All right, I'm live, just waiting for some folks to join. Publishing to Instagram. All right. Well, right now what I'm doing is I'm trying out a platform called StreamYard, which allows you to broadcast to more than one platform, gives you the ability to have a logo, overlays, a whole bunch of other things, and thought I'd share that with you guys today. What I'm going to do is end up sharing my screen and showing what I'm doing with the repurposing of the wide video format for IGTV, which allows it to be a little bit more appealing than just something that's in the center of your screen. The stream is not really set to go until 4:30, which is about 3 minutes from now. And we'll get started and do that. And I'll share my screen as well. I'm going to move this over, so that's over here, and let's close out things I don't need. All right, got my Canvas screen up. Welcome, whoever's in there. Let me know where you're from, whoever that is. Getting ready to get started in about a minute or two, but definitely want to try out StreamYard, which is what I'm streaming from to both Facebook and YouTube at the same time. But then I also want to talk about repurposing widescreen videos for Instagram TV. Yeah. Thanks for joining. Let me know which platform you're on. Facebook, YouTube, where you're from, what's going on. Going crazy, working from home yet? We'll get to it in a moment. Just want to make sure that we have enough folks. But yeah, I definitely want to hear how you guys are coping with staying at home, getting work done, and then more importantly, trying to work smart, which is what I want to show everyone today, is how to repurpose those widescreen types of video for IGTV, which is more narrow and long. Come on, don't be shy. Tell me where you're from. It's almost time to get started. Just want to let some folks get in if they want to get in. Let me go ahead and bring up some assets that I need to show you guys. And I will show you how to do it. Well, thank you for letting me know that. I think I need to go in and turn up the volume on my microphone. All right, so we have a speaker. Oh, I know why. That should do it. That should be a little bit better there. No, I think it probably was me in the microphone. I think I just changed it. All right, just waiting for some folks to come in. All right, so I'm gonna get rolling. I think the sound should be a little bit better. I had somebody say that the sound was a little bit low, but I actually wasn't set up on the right microphone. Go ahead and let me know in the comments if everything is all right. You can use Facebook comments or YouTube comments, and I should be able to see them. Also, let me know what channel you're working with here. Let me go ahead and start sharing my screen, and I'm going to go ahead and choose which one I want to stream. Bear with me a second. All right. All right, so right now it is not allowing me. I added myself back and I'm having trouble sharing my screen. All right, so if I move this over here, that's a good thing I only have one person. I think it's you, Vicky. All right, so this is the solo layout. I don't know why it won't. Okay, now I need to share screen. All right, awesome. Got it figured out. I'm glad I'm doing this. All right, so let me go ahead and share my screen, guys. And I'm going to go ahead and share this screen. All right, so what I have up is Canva. What'll happen is you'll end up using your phone or a camera to take a video, and it might look like this widescreen format, which is what you're supposed to be doing for the most part, unless you're on, say, TikTok or Instagram stories, right? That'll be vertical. It'll be a 1920 by 1080 format. And this is just a quick video of my daughter doing some ballet, which my wife wanted to get a still from to be able to go ahead and get something printed out. So that's just her. It's a short one. That's why I want to use this one. And I'm going to go through and talk about how we can put this on IGTV or maybe even a story, which is this narrow and long form that we see here versus the wide. And what I want to do is I want to get started. And what I'm going to want to do is fill the negative space, because what's going to happen is it's going to end up looking like this. And we're going to have our video in the middle, and then we'll have some design around it. And what I want to do is just click on create a design here. And then I'll use Instagram story as my template. And let's let that load. That'll come up here. And what I'm going to do actually is I'm going to make this a little bit bigger for you guys so you can see that. Awesome. So now we have Canva laid up here, and we can use one of the options that are here. If you have the free version, of course, they're going to want you to pay for some of the elements, but a lot of what they have is pretty much free. Let's go ahead and choose the FAQ one here, and doesn't matter which one we choose because we're going to edit it and remove some items. So first thing I'm going to want to do is just delete a couple things, like the circle and that text. This background looks pretty cool, right? Therefore, we have this and it's ready. Let's go ahead and add some text. Let's add a heading and drag the heading to the top. And obviously we're going to need to change the color to say white. And then we can put in here, Hank Hoffmeyer. And so that's my name at the top. And then we can add some more text to the bottom. Whatever we want to do, we can add a whole bunch of stuff here. But the most important part is we want to be able to use this in PowerPoint or in Keynote, which I'm going to use Keynote because it's a lot easier. And it also works on an iPad and iOS if you have that. So let's go ahead and take a look. What I'm going to do is I'm going to download this as a PNG. That's fine. All right, so I got that going. And I have my image. Now, what I want to do is go ahead and open Keynote. And again, like I said, Keynote is just the easiest one to use. I am going to be dropping a blog post on hankhoffmeyer.com shortly about how you can actually use PowerPoint, because there's a few more steps. I'm going to click on New Document here. And when that comes up, I'm just going to choose the white presentation as my option, and then choose. And that should bring up my canvas. What we'll want to do is just get rid of all these items here, the text boxes, etc. Just get rid of them. Then what we want to do is go over to Document. And what we want to do is change the slide to custom slide size. And we're going to do 1920 by 1080. I'm sorry, I did that backwards. Let's custom, so that it didn't take, that's what it was. So we want the width to be 1080. I always get that backwards. And it's the height to be 1920, because you always want the height to be longer. There you go. Perfect, right? Now what I can do is go over into my downloads, and you can also say choose image, but I'm just going to drag my image in. And there it is. There's my image. So it fits perfectly because it's the same dimensions, which will help you not have to reformat it or resize it. So now we're actually ready to drag in our video that we want to use. And what I'm going to do here is just take this video, drag it in. I think I dragged a name instead. That was a mistake. Let me get rid of that. There we go. So you just see the plus sign. It's going to come in. It's inserting the video. It's probably compressing it a little bit. And it might take a moment or two, depending on the size. I'm actually a little bit shocked that it's taking this long, but I'm also streaming at the same time, so it's taxing my MacBook. All right, here we go. So it's getting ready to add it. So there it is. What you want to do is just position it. I would say position it towards the middle. This way it shows up in the middle of Instagram. And also, if it's IGTV, it will post your, what do you want to do, whatever you want to call it, your template as a preview, and it will show the widescreen format, so your video will show. In other words, if you have it way up here, it might not show. I like to put it pretty much in the middle, and then you can add more text around it in here if you wanted to, but I like to do that in Canva, just have a couple of different versions and save those as templates. But pretty much we're done creating it. This one was simple. I have this one done. What we'll want to do is basically export this as a movie. And we want to choose self-playing, and we want to change next slide and next build to be 0 seconds each, just so that it keeps playing over and over. And then choose your resolution here. It could be 1080p, which is what I would recommend. Then we're going to click next, and it's going to ask us where we want to put this. And I'm just going to put it in my downloads, and I'm going to name this Hank Live, because we're doing a live. I put love there, didn't I? All right, so Hank Live. So there we go. We're going to export that movie. And then from here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use AirDrop since I'm on a Mac. But if you have another way, thumb drive, whatever you want to do to get it over to a different device, an SD card, or if you just want to mail it to yourself, Dropbox or Box.com, that's a great way to get it over to whatever device you're going to use to post this to Instagram. You can even do it on a tablet. As I mentioned earlier, if you were not on, is you can actually do this on an iPad and on an iPhone as well. I save templates on both for these. What I would do when I'm done here is actually save this as a template and then open it up again, or a document, and open it and then delete my video and put the new one on top and go from there. So from here, I would just, like I said, save it. Click save and give it a name, and then use it later. This way you don't have to keep going in and changing the size. And from there, what will happen is if I go to my downloads, we'll actually see that there's my video here. You want to make sure it's an MPEG, because there are some formats that might not play on iOS devices or iPhones or iPads if you save it in something other than MPEG. What I'm going to do here is, for me, I'm going to share, and I'm going to AirDrop it to my phone. And my phone will have to be up and ready to accept. There's my wife. There's me. All right. So I clicked phone, waiting, sending it. And it's coming over, and it was sent. So let me take a look. Bear with me a second. All right. So I have it here. Just make sure you can see it on my screen. There it is. It's right there. And what I'll end up doing is switching over to Instagram. I'm going to click next. And this one will probably go right. I'm going to show you how to do it story, but if it's more than a minute, what will happen is it'll end up saying, do you want to post this to IGTV? If it's under, it'll post to a normal post. But what I'm going to do here is I'm going over to my story, and I'm going to click on the bottom, down at the bottom right here. And I'm going to choose that one. So there, you see the format looks perfect. I'm going to click next, and then I could share to story right here. I'm not going to do that because I don't want to put this on my story, because they don't have to delete it, because people probably wonder why I'm doing that. But it's pretty much as easy as that. Like I said, you can do this on your iPhone. You can do this on an iPad, on a Mac with Keynote. There is a way to do it with PowerPoint as well. The settings for the slides are going to be a little bit different, but that will be in a blog post at hankhoffmeyer.com in a couple days. I'm almost ready to hit publish on that. But it's really great to have these templates so that you don't have to go in and keep recreating them. Let me go back in. So I have my podcast folder in Canva, where I have this one where I tease new episodes. And then I have this one over here that's just for items on my story. You can create any ones you have. I have one for my wife's channel where we do a lot of travel stuff, which actually is good to have all those different templates, so you don't have to keep doing things over and over. But that's basically how you are going to take a widescreen format video and be able to repurpose it for Instagram on your story, or it could be on your IGTV, which accepts longer format videos. And if you have any questions, I'd love to talk about it and see how you're doing out there with all this stuff going on with everybody working from home. Thank you, Vicky, if you're still there. Appreciate it. It was great to share this information. This will live on both channels, YouTube and Facebook, for further consumption. But really, this was also a test for StreamYard, which seems to be working well. I need to go back to Facebook and YouTube once I end the stream to see how well things went and see the quality and all that. But it allows me to go in and have different options. I can have co-presenters that come on and help me with comments or actually present with me at the same time, show their video too. I can add graphics, overlays, share my screen, and I can stream to both Facebook and YouTube, which I'm doing right now at the same time, and handle the comments from both. Looks like Vicky, who's in here, was on YouTube, and I can tell that, which is pretty cool. And yeah, that's StreamYard, trying it out. Don't know if I like it or not, but I'll figure that out along the way. And hopefully this is helpful, and hope everybody's staying sane. And with that, I'm going to close it out for today. Thanks, everybody.